Welcome back, friends. Today we will make a free energy generator using certain materials such as this rafter nail. We are using this nail to drive the magnets in front of the coil, to which we have attached a small pulley, and again we will use here insulated copper wire and these three magnets which we will attach it to the nail, and which will move through this ball bearing attached to this nail and see that whether EMF maybe generation takes place or not. So we can start this experiment and check what quantity of EMF may be generated, whether it will be able to drive the motor and glow the bulb or not. Let's start the experiment. For this we required little sticks, copper coil, 3 magnets, and a big magnet and a DC motor. So we can start and 2 numbers of ball bearings of small size which will fit to the size of the rafter nail. So we can start the experiment and check whether the EMF may generate or not. So for this, first we will fix this. First we will fix this ball bearings to the rafter nail so that it can fit easily on the sides of the rafter nail. So once it is fitted, another ball bearing we have to fit here so that it can move freely. This rafter nail can move freely. So once it is been attached, next we will mount this attachment over the wooden stick so that we can drive the nail with the magnets in front of the coil. So we will take 2 sticks and attach each on the either side so that we can mount the nail. So we will apply a little bit glue. After applying a glue, stick it on the either side of the plane. So we will fix it on the either side plane. Once it is been done, next see that this nail may be mounted over this stick. So once it is been done, next we will apply a glue on both the stick. So after applying a glue, we can fix this ball bearing over the stand. Take the other bearing and fix it according to the requirement so that it can stick tightly over the stand. Once it has been done, check whether the nail is able to move freely or not. So once the rafter nail is able to move freely, next we will attach the magnets to this rafter nail so as to move this magnet in front of the coil. So we will attach these magnets to the rafter nail So once it is been done, next we will attach the magnet to the nail. Once it is been done, next another two magnets we will take and attach in on the either side of the rotor. So we will apply the glue and fix this magnets on the either side of the nail. Again one magnet we will take and fix it on the opposite side. So all the three magnets are attached so that we can generate a maximum flux in the coil. See that all the three magnets are attached tightly and able to move freely. Once it is been done, next we will attach the coil in front of these rotating magnets. So once this has been done, next we will attach a coil, insulated copper thick coil in front of this magnet so that maximum flux can link this coil. For that we will take two stands of smaller size and fix on it in front of the magnets. So once it is been fixed, next another wood we will take and fix it on the other side. See that it is tightly fixed. Once it is been done, next we will mount the coil over this stand so that maximum flux can link this coil when these magnets are rotating in front of the coil. So once it has been done, we will apply the glue over the stick. Once the glue is applied, now stick this coil so that it will fix tightly in front of these magnets. So once the coil is been fixed, check whether the magnets can rotate in front of this coil so that maximum flux can link the coil. Keep the coil as nearby as possible so that maximum flux can link with the coil. Once it has been done, next we will connect these two coils. Once it has been done, next we will connect these coils with the terminals. We will take two coils wires and connect these coil and ends of the coil with the terminals. Remove the insulation of the ends of the coil. So once the insulation is been removed, solder it with the wires. So once the terminals are been connected, once both the terminals are been connected, so once the terminals are connected, we will fix it with the screws so that with the terminals, once both the endings of the coil are connected to the connecting wires, next we will fix the bigger size magnet under the base of the coil. We will take the bigger side of the magnet under the base of the coil so that maximum flux can be generated. So once it is been kept, next we will connect these two terminals through the two screws. In order to connect the terminals. Once both the terminals are been connected, now we will connect these two ends of the terminal to the forward bias diode in order to convert the generated AC into rectified DC. So once it is been connected forward by the diode, next we will connect the terminal of the one end terminal to the forward bias diode. So once it is been connected, next we will connect the filter capacitor. So once it is been done, next we will connect the another terminal with the other terminal of the terminals. So once it is been done, next we will see that proper soldering is been done. Once it has been done, next we will fix the motor such that it will drive the pulley we will fix the motor in such a way that it will drive the magnet pulley in order to generate a EMF in the coil. So once it has been done, next we will fix the motor with the pulley in such a way that it will drive the pulley. Once it has been done, next we will connect the terminals of the motor to the two terminals So once both the terminals of the motor are being connected, so all the connections are being completed. Next we will fix the rubber band which will act as a belt in order to rotate the pulley with the magnets. Once everything is been completed, here the two ends of the coil are connected to the terminals with a forward bias diode and a filter capacitor, and these three magnets are made to rotate in front of this coil so that maximum flux may link with the coil, so that the changing magnetic flux linking with the coil can generate the EMF in the coil. Beneath the coil we have kept the bigger magnet so that maximum flux can generate while driving this magnet in front of the coil, so that we can generate EMF. Once everything has been completed, next we have to give a torque to the magnet and see whether EMF will be generated or not. For that we have to give a maximum torque to the magnet so that the flux linking the coil can generate a EMF in the coil. So once the torque is given, the magnet starts to rotate in front of the coil, showing that EMF is generated in the coil, thus generating the energy in the coil. So once it has been done, next we will connect the extension board and check whether the EMF, the bulb glows or not. So we will fix the extension board and connect the terminals of the extension board and check whether the bulb glows or not. Once the extension board is been connected, next we will connect the bulb and see whether the EMF generation can happen or not. So we will connect the bulb and see whether EMF generation So the glowing of bulb indicates that EMF generation is been happening. Thus the flux linking with the coil changes and EMF generation takes place, thus glowing the bulb. This works over the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, stating that whenever the flux linking with the coil changes, EMF is generated in the coil. Thank you very much for watching the videos. Friends, please don't forget to subscribe the channel so that your subscription will support me to create more videos. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.